You are now tuning in to the Roughnecks podcast with your host, Cole Nixon. Much love.
One last thing before we get into today's episode. A lot of people ask how they can support the podcast. Well, I have a couple easy ways. The first way is just listen and subscribe. And another thing you can do is go follow the Roughnecks podcast on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as well. If you get something out of today's show, then do me a favor, share it with a friend. If you really want to go above and beyond to support the podcast, then head over to roughneckspodcast.com and get you some of that merch. I appreciate all of the support, but let's get into today's episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Roughnecks podcast. This is episode 130, which means that we are on to Q&A number 7. And for those of you who don't know what Q&A Friday is where me and usually a guest will sit here and answer questions from you, the fans. But we only have one problem. We have no questions from the fans. You guys have not been emailing questions in, so I do not have anything to give away. I was doing a giveaway for people who emailed questions in, but no questions. But so we got a random question generator tonight. I'll get into my guest in a second. But if you guys want your question answered on Q&A Friday, all you have to do is email the question over to roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that's roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. Email your question over there. These questions can be literally about anything and everything. It does not matter what the question is. Just email me questions. But joining me today is to answer these questions from the random question generator, since we didn't get anybody email questions in, once again, is a returning guest. And she's probably thrilled to be back on. But my very own girlfriend, Sierra McConnell. Welcome back to the Roughnecks podcast.
Apparently, you can't find any other guests.
Maybe I want you on. Is that a problem?
A little bit. It's getting pretty frequent.
It's okay.
A little too frequent.
It's not that frequent.
How many weeks has it been?
Okay, you were on 2 episodes. You want to be on more? Let's see. Your episode came out September 27th.
That doesn't feel that long.
Few weeks. That's not that bad. It's good for you. Get you talking more, so everybody can hear your wonderful voice. Don't.
Refer back to September 27th for the background.
Yeah, you don't have to give a background on Q&A Fridays. That shows how much you listen. I'm just kidding. But
I feel like you do if it's like a brand new. Like something you've never had on before.
Usually people on Q&A Fridays are people that have been on the podcast. I'm excited for the next Q&A Friday, too. I got Nolan.
Not excited for this one?
I said 2. T-O-O also. That means I'm excited for this one and the next one. But you ready to get into these questions? We got 400 questions to answer.
How about 4?
We'll see. We got an hour and a half.
What?
I'm just kidding. We have maybe an hour. Let's get into it. What was the last thing you did alone and you enjoyed? I'll let you answer first. You get this one first, and then I'll get the next one first.
Last thing you did alone. Sleep in.
When was that?
Doesn't happen very often these days.
Well, that's because you got that thing that's literally laying on your leg right now, looking up at you. That dog does not allow you to sleep in very much.
I feel like I really haven't.
I don't know the last time you actually slept in.
Or really did any,
did anything alone and enjoyed it?
Do you need more alone time? Is this what you're trying to tell me? I need to leave you alone more?
You're up my ass too much. No. No, I've been working a lot lately.
We were talking about how it seems like all summer long we were busy. Like we didn't have a free weekend for literally since the beginning of summer till
probably before
now.
Like May.
Yeah, really, May probably was when it started, and until it would, probably until like now, the last like couple weekends. But now I got basketball on the weekends, which is wonderful.
I worked all last weekend.
Yeah. I mean, other than other than that, like I'm talking like the weekends it was the one weekend we were gonna go hunting, but we were like, should we just lay on the couch instead and take a nap?
That was and then we ended up going golfing because we took a nap and then ended up.
But it was nice because I feel like I
beat you. But...
Yes, you did. I played. That was my third time out this year, and I played the worst I think I've ever played in my entire life.
That's what it was.
You saw me playing. It was bad.
That wasn't your normal.
No, I'm usually a little better than that. I don't shoot snowmans every hole. Snowman's an 8. But really? Yeah, last thing you did alone that you enjoyed was sleeping in.
Or I mean, we went together. We went hunting.
Yeah,
but I mean.
It's alone but separate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, we went together, but we sat in different places. So, like, I count that as being alone.
Quiet.
You literally stole mine, so thanks for that. Appreciate that. I'll change mine. But the last thing I did alone and enjoyed, something I've been doing a lot more of recently. Like I've got back into it, but it's reading. Like when I just sit there and read, or even taking him for a walk. Sometimes it's. Not that I enjoy taking walks with you as well. It's not like that. But like in the mornings when I let you sleep in a little bit and I take him for a walk, I put your headphones in.
His
yes.
Thing jingling.
That's the nice thing when I take him to mom and dad's though, because if he wanders off and you call him, you just hear him running back. But yeah, I don't know. Like when I put your headphones in the morning and listen to some podcast as I'm walking him for his much needed walk because he is too special to go out in the backyard. He doesn't go pee and poop half the time in the backyard.
You won't even let us. Like we can't even put him in the backyard.
Go look at the backyard because of me. It's because of you too. If you'd have watered it more, we wouldn't have had this problem. No, we had that problem. The grass in the yard was struggling to go up. But, all right. Yeah, those are my things. So, what does nobody want to talk about but really should? First thing that comes to mind is like politics stuff. But that's not really my answer because I feel like everybody's talking about Joe Biden right now. I'd say like the hard conversations with like friends or even family or, significant others, like, telling them like when they're wrong and they don't, or like, I don't know how, like not just going, I don't know how to explain it. Like say you got a friend that's in a relationship with some girl that's fucking batshit crazy. Being it like actually telling them like, hey, this probably, like they're going down a bad path or something and like telling them, hey, this probably isn't a good idea. That I feel like that's kind of some of this, like telling people, having the hard conversations with people when, as my answer.
A lot of people want to sit back and be like, oh, that's not my problem. That's not my, significant other going crazy. It's not nothing that's going to affect me. But, why everyone just wants to be a bystander and instead of speak up for their friends.
And there's a reason they're called hard conversations. Like it's not an easy thing to do, and they might get pissed at you.
They might not accept it, but you tried.
But then it also may be
the eye opener they needed. 2
months down the line too, when the couple finally splits up and is like, dude, you tried to tell me, like you were right. I don't know. It's hard to do. and it's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot easier said than done. But it's sometimes you got to have that deep conversation with someone, and there's a time and a place to do it too. You can't just do it anywhere, like at any, like you can't do it like pull them aside at a party or something, like or like you're with them, whatever, like on a double date. You can't really just do that. I feel like it's more of a, and I feel like you have to work it into in a way that's not coming off as an asshole, that's coming off as a friend.
Mhm.
Which I'm not exactly sure how to do that, but it's something that you should do. What's your answer?
I don't know the way to word it. Anticipated grief or like early grief. I don't know how, like, more so, like how I haven't really, it's been hard to kind of filter and like think through my feeling, like my grief, even though there shouldn't be grief, like my dad, like the situation, like,
Yeah.
like you just, all those thoughts that flood your brain when you hear about all that, or like, the whole process, and just I don't know, just I feel like grief in general also just is not.
People are afraid to grieve, I feel like sometimes, when really it's necessary.
Mhm. Or just no. There's not one way, or not everyone's gonna navigate it all the same way. Anyway, not everyone is going to, navigate it the same or go down the same path.
That's what I was getting ready to ask, is like, is there a proper way to grieve? And I think there's a yes and no to that. Like, it's not going to be the same for everyone.
You have the same stage, like,
Yeah.
everyone talks about
and you can't stay stuck in, I don't know what the stages actually are, but you can't stay stuck in like the grieving process. Like, you're always going to grieve.
That I think it's more so everyone's gonna go through each stage different. I think a different order, and they may be in the stages in different time period. Like someone could have the anger stage for like a month. Someone else could be angry for 6 months. All depending on the situation. And
the 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Denial, I feel like, comes a lot with also. Denial is one of the harder stages to get through. Anger,
I feel like that's the hardest.
is the anger. So, like, to me, denial is like, no, this isn't happening. This isn't real. Da da da. Anger, is that like, in your opinion, is that like, why is this happening? Like, why did this happen? Why is that, like, why? The kind of why?
Partly, but also, angry at,
The world.
God, the
Doctors
person who
or
did
like
it,
anything.
yeah. If it's someone else, like if it's a car accident, the other person, like, that was involved, like, there's a lot of different.
What's bargaining? Like, what's that?
I mean, I feel like it gives you.
I guess I could just
Literally
click
on
on the
the
link. Depression, I feel like, is the hardest one to get out of.
Denial, or is it? You said it was denial.
No. Did I?
Yeah,
No.
you did at first.
Bargaining, guilt, shame, blame, fear, anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of like an in between of anger and depression almost. Or, yeah.
It is the stage.
It's not like, you know what I mean? Whatever. I'm done with this question. We're moving on to the next question. I'm done with this. This is bullcrap. We're going to skip that question. What is it? All right, here we go. What is the assumption that people make about you that is totally wrong? I'm supposed to answer first, aren't I? No, you are.
No, I am.
Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm just looking at you and trying to figure out what you think my answer might be.
I don't know what your answer is. I don't know what my own answer is at the moment.
That I am either always angry or in a bad mood just because my face looks the way it does.
So you basically are admitting you have RBF.
This is just the structure of my face. I cannot help it. And you like to complain about it all the time.
Well, sometimes you look like you're really pissed off.
If I look really pissed off, then I probably
that's
am.
that's the problem.
But it's no matter what.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm not smiling 24/7.
You should.
No.
Why?
It's a lot.
It does. Hurts your cheeks when you smile too long. What is the assumption that people make about you that's totally wrong? I don't know what people think of me. So, this is tough. I feel like I come off as such a hard ass.
No.
Oh. I don't know.
That you're athletic.
I am athletic. At least I claim to be. I got nothing right now. I have absolutely nothing. I'm gonna go blank on this one.
Come on.
I'm using my one skip.
Think. One skip.
We get one skip.
Oh.
That's a new rule. And I'm skipping this one.
The new rule. Like just as of 5 seconds.
Yeah. What is it that motivates yourself the most? I definitely will say it's like my family and my future family. Because like those are what the reasons I feel like I keep doing. Also, even the podcast itself, just because it like the connections that I've made and the things that it can lead to in the future to make it easier on like not just me, but like you and our future family and stuff like that. And like, it's a reason, to go to work every day, even though some days I'd rather, like today, I just wanted to call off and go hunting. But it's definitely my family and you motivate me.
Wow, you're so sweet.
Your answer is completely different, isn't
Anyways. It? Myself. And retiring early. So that I can
That's fair.
do what I want to do.
You want to retire
When
by
I
the
wanna
time
do
you're
it.
27.
That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't want to, I don't want to work and work and work until, like my 70s. Like, like I want to be able to retire.
I mean, look at
like,
my
a
parents.
good,
They're in their 60s and still working 40 plus hours
I
a
want to
week.
retire at a good age where I'm still mobile enough, like,
Yeah.
active and
So where you can actually enjoy retirement and not
I
just
can-
be sitting there all day because you literally can't move.
do what I want to do.
Yeah.
All right. In you, I guess.
Okay. What is the next thing you have? What is the next thing you have on your to buy list? I don't know if I want to know because I feel like your list is really long. This excludes Christmas gifts. We're excluding
I wasn't going to put that on here. Nice try.
Okay. Well, you could have said something for somebody else.
I don't really want to think about it. I want to buy myself. More so other people. But vacation. I'm more about
Not buying the materialistic thing, but the memories. In a way.
like I do buy materialistic things, but that's more so like I don't make a list. It's more stuff like I go in the store and I see something. I'm like, oh, like, I like that. Like, kind of thing. I don't write out, oh, I want this shirt. I want this. I want this kind, you get any of that. But if I'm gonna spend money, like, or think ahead, it's gonna be on an experience, vacation, or going to do something very simple. It's like just like an activity, not even it has to be a big, expense. But
Mine is probably short term, like small purchase is I need a new grunt call, which I don't know if I told you that. Mine broke. So I need a new grunt call and a new rattle bag because the rut is in full effect. The day after you're listening to this, I will be sitting in a tree stand, and the day after that. That is what I'm going to be doing my whole weekend. But
except
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
But I'll be out of the stand well before that. It's at 8. It's dark by 6.
better be home at a decent
Yeah, I'll be home by 7:45.
No, then you don't get any of the
Mushrooms.
mushrooms.
Stuffed
or
mushrooms
bacon
are
wrap
also a
weenies,
very
or-
great appetizer or meal in itself. Thank you, Sierra, for introducing me to those. But that's my short-term purchase. Long-term or like bigger purchase. I don't short-term, long-term, small, big, whatever you want to call it. My next big purchase is going to probably be a pistol. I've been thinking a lot about it and looking at them. So I will be getting a pistol. I need a pistol. I need a lot of things. A lot of new guns.
Wait, what? You need?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
You
Yes, I
want.
need them.
you don't need them.
Yes.
You will live without them. So therefore you want them. Get it correct.
The pistol-
Moving on.
the
What is
pistol is a
something
good
that will
need.
instantly annoy you?
Loud chewing. Don't even do it. I can see you thinking about it. Do not even do it. Loud chewing drives me
I was going to
insane.
give my answer.
Oh.
Cole Nathaniel Nixon.
That's just messed up. You are cut off from the podcast. Actually, you know what? No, you are on every week.
No.
I still got to give you, Shell, and Tina your own segment.
What is something that will instantly annoy you?
Work for you.
I mean, this is something that you do, but
She can't even say it.
I mean, it's you or whatnot. But like, when I ask for something to be done, no matter how simple, as hey, will you pick up your 10 hats you have laying around the house?
I only have one laying in the house.
Or just something small, and that's ignored.
Like the towel in the corner of the room.
Is it still in the corner of the room?
No, it's on the rack. I
Okay.
did that while you were showering. And also picked up the your hair tie that the cats knocked onto the floor and then Brooks took off with.
Yeah.
Skipping that one. We're going to go to what are you currently juggling in your life? Money is mine. I'm currently juggling paying off school loans along with all my other bills, which I don't really have too many other bills, but they're enough that I wouldn't say I'm it's a struggle, but sometimes it like gets you stressed, and it's so people always say don't get stressed about money. It's not worth getting stressed about, but it's so easy to get stressed about. When I look at my bank account like 2 days after I get paid, and it's like all gone, and it's like what just happened? But that's mine, and I still need to read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad because apparently that financially changes your mind on a lot, or like changes your outlook or your perspective on a lot of things with money. But money is it's a weird thing because we need it, but you have to use it the right way.
Money is the vicious cycle.
It really is.
What am I not juggling?
Me?
Oh no, you're in there. I mean, between work, the last 3 weeks of this job. All of the educational things that have been happening, all the classes and I've had to do for my new job that I start here in a few weeks. Picking up extra shifts. Kind of prepare for holidays, and then you got, besides money, making sure everything's paid for, all the stuff around the house is kept up, cooking you dinner every night.
We split dinners.
Not evenly.
I
All of
cooked
the
a lot more
holidays
than you
coming
did
up.
this summer.
I've got a friend's diaper party coming up soon. My dad's birthday.
So is a diaper party just another name for a freaking baby shower?
No, she's having a baby shower sometime on January 15th.
So what's a
I don't
diaper
know.
party?
Must be something new. I was going to Google it later on.
That's what the computer's for.
All of my dad's treatment stuff, since he just started the first step of his process of his transplant. Making sure my mom's has everything she needs. Oh.
So do you have to? I'm confused. Do you have to go to that?
What do you do today? She said I could come.
Also
Hit
known.
on that link. What do you do? It's obviously you just bring baby shower for the dad to be and his friends, and instead of buying and bringing gifts, they just bring diapers and wipes. Okay. Maybe I don't. It's the same day as my dad's birthday, so I was trying to balance the two, but
And juggle it, you mean?
chocolate. But also just trying to fit in time for relaxation and hobbies to keep me sane, not just feel like it's constant go. Like I want to be able to slow down and really enjoy the holidays, for some extra special reasons this year. But
How do you go about your time management? Because I feel like I don't know, you sometimes daily plan and do that. Like I do a lot more. I feel like I never stick to my fucking plan,
no,
but
you don't.
I feel like you daily plan a lot, or when you plan a lot. You like stick to your plan, but you also get very frustrated if you don't get one thing done or something doesn't go exactly. But like, how does your time management go? Like, how do you go about it?
Well, I don't know, just really depends on the day. Normally work days, I right now don't get home till after 7, so then I just try and do one or two things around the house if possible, like a load of laundry or dishes, just so that doesn't get too behind. But like I wrote up there, like Friday, I'm off. I know I want to at least hunt in the morning, go to town, do errands, then I'm gonna get the house clean, and then I just kind of look at like what are the things I do want to get done, and then from there I'll look at my list of things that I kind of like. I'll make a monthly list of like, okay, these are some things that need to be done this month. If there's a certain date or whatnot, like get my dad's birthday gift and stuff like that. I'll try to fit in what I can if I get all my priorities done by a decent time.
So that's what you almost, it sounds like you prioritize your stuff, which is something I feel like I need to do a lot more.
It's what I do. That's a huge part of nursing.
Is it?
Is prioritize, delegate what can be delegated, but priority. So say I go
Like
to
these
work
meds have
tomorrow.
to be done at.
All right, so these meds are due at this time, but I know this patient's going to be going to this procedure, in the middle of this med pass time. Okay, so let me get them done first. Okay, so then they're set. You just kind of got to look and see, okay, what needs to be done now? What can be done in 10 minutes? There's so much prioritizing.
That's something I feel like I need to do more of. Is like you make your list of the like. I've heard like find 3 things like important things that you want to get done every day.
Mhm.
Like, these are 3 things that you have to get done. And then also have a list of, if I have extra time, here's things I can do. That's something I need to do more
And
of.
then I look at, like Friday, for instance, obviously, I'm going to go hunting first in the morning.
Oh, man, if you shoot my buck.
Oh, well.
You're going to see a bigger buck than those, probably.
But, excuse me. But I know it'll be easier. Like, my biggest priority would be clean versus going to town for a couple errands.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it'll be easier. I'm already in the car. I'm already driving back into town to just go get it done. Then I can be home and clean and not have to, try to rush to get to the store by a certain time. And
Yeah, because you take forever to clean.
it's because I clean it right.
Yeah, you do. You do a good job.
And do your laundry.
I do your laundry too. I don't really want to hear it from you, woman. I do your laundry
And I
too.
gotta clean the sheets.
Okay, I can't help that for some reason I sweat. And I don't think I was sweating last night.
Yes, you were.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Continuing.
What is the last encounter you had with a... that's not a good one.
Today
I don't
at
like
work.
that. I don't really like that. What small stuff do you sweat, even though you know you shouldn't?
I don't like. I think the house, like cleaning the house,
Yeah,
like. I feel like I literally schedule when I clean the house.
yeah, you do.
But that's because with with work schedule and everything, like it's hard. Like I'd rather just get it all done one day and then just pick up the rest of the week than continuously clean every day.
Yeah, that's what's, and it's tough
it's
now with these animals.
Kind of like it's just like
It's satisfying.
I get
We've
in
talked about it.
like my mood. I put on music, whether it's a record or turn Alexa on, and I just go.
Yeah. I'm just responsible for the basement.
Which I did last week.
I did most of the house the week before.
Mhm.
Whatever. The things I sweat, even though I know I shouldn't, it's not like a specific thing, but it's the little things that literally don't matter. I feel like I make a bigger deal over them sometimes.
I've noticed.
Like, whether it's something at work or something with a friend or something with you, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's the little, like, it's the whole thing, like, is this going to matter even in like an hour? So why are you making such a big deal of it? That's the things that I sweat the most, I feel like.
You also try to use that. Is it even going to matter in an hour philosophy on everything?
No.
A lot. When it should.
Whatever.
There's certain things. He's a sleepy baby.
What is the last big goal you accomplished? Oh, is it my turn?
Go.
Okay, mine is this new deal that I have with the podcast. And I haven't announced it yet, so I'm not going to say it.
So it's going to remain a secret.
But there is an announcement, big announcement coming soon with a golf company. So just got my care package from them. So it was with some cool stuff in there. They just came out with something new too. So definitely going to be getting on that here. So it's probably next week. What's the last big goal you accomplished?
I think would be getting my new job.
Yeah.
Finally
How excited are
doing
you?
something for my
Ow.
my happiness and leaving the toxicity of the area I am in right now.
You'll have that. I feel like, do you think that's nationwide?
I'm sure that
In its own sense.
the generic issue is nationwide, but
Low staffing.
there's some other detail, like
Yeah.
specific details to why I needed out.
You'll have that, but and that's something too. Like you did something, you're doing it for your own happiness, which I feel like a lot of people forget to do sometimes. They forget, hey, yes, it's important to get a paycheck. Hey, we need to work. Like I said, money is important. You have to have it. But no. But yes, I will. But you have to always remember too, like you will spend like a third of your year working if you work 40 hours a week. And most people work probably more than 40. Like, and if you add in drive time or whatever, all that stuff other than you, because you drive literally 30 seconds down the road.
Don't I?
I wonder why you moved to this house. But, you spend a third of your year at your job. Why do you want to go spend a third of your year doing something you hate doing? Like, when you really look at it in that sense, because that's what I did. I broke down the math, and it was like 40 hours a week of this much, times 12, like whatever. And it's like 40 hours a week, a third of your year. And you spend like the other third sleeping.
Or other 2/3.
No, you spend another third sleeping because if you sleep 8 hours a night.
I was saying me.
Oh. Yeah.
Not anymore. I
No.
should.
When we first met, you could sleep till 1 o'clock and be fine.
Yep.
And now you're up at 7 a.m. every day.
Oh no. No, not every day.
I'm going to start waking you up early on the weekends, too.
You may think I wake up at 7 when you leave for work. I go right back to sleep after you leave.
Today?
No, I did stay awake today. But most days, I'll walk him and I'll go right back to bed. Until
Most days you're not
9:30,
even
10.
awake. Most days you don't even know that I tell you goodbye.
Not yesterday. That was yesterday, right?
One of the days.
Or whatever day.
It wasn't too long ago.
I think it was whatever day. I think it was Monday. I was also sick. All right, you gotta give me that. I was sick. I was passed out. That was aggressive.
I mean, yeah, you were sick, but I don't want to hear any excuses. Eating on the podcast, so unacceptable. Breaking all of the podcast rules.
It's a new rule.
No, that is not. The new rule is no eating during the podcast. Because now I have to listen to you munch.
You can't make all these new rules.
It's my podcast. It's my podcast. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. What is your favorite room in your house and why? You've never thought about that, have you?
No.
Why not?
What's yours? Your office.
No, mine's not a room.
Backyard.
It's the backyard. That's my favorite part of the house.
I don't know. I feel like it might be the living room here, where we are currently sitting.
Yeah, we're not in the studio. You don't like the studio.
It feels like the coziest.
Yeah. I don't know. The office is getting a little like when you just turn the lamps on in the office.
Yeah.
Like when I sit in there and read and just turn the lamps on and sit on the ottoman and read, it is very cozy.
I don't know. It gives me the cozy. You got just like with the candles. You got
Homey.
it's more homey comfort.
Yeah, mine's definitely the backyard
could
since
lay
we put
here
in the patio.
I could lay here and relax all day
You do.
if I have nothing to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's definitely the patio. Just because that was a lot of time, sweat, and tears. I was looking at it though, and I wish we'd have done things
Tell me
differently.
about it. Wheelbarrowed all that.
I gave you a lot of credit, and your dad, on this podcast. But yeah, I wish we'd have done it differently, but oh well. We could still tear
Like
it up.
what? No.
I wish we'd have took that wall, the short wall, out further and made it taller.
Why?
I don't like that hill. He is so fat. Our cat Waylon If you guys haven't noticed, we stick with the old country artists for our animals. We got Waylon and Hank and Brooks, and eventually one day we'll have another dog that'll be done. But so we have Brooks and Dunn. But yeah. Anyway. What food combination do you eat that makes others cringe? Mine, I feel like, isn't necessarily a food, but it's like along the same lines. It's my cucumber Gatorade.
That is absolutely disgusting.
It's not. I only have one left. I might drink it right now.
No. I'll dump it in the sink.
No, I'll take it to work tomorrow for
I
lunch.
feel like you judge me when I put my my beans on my mac and cheese.
No, I've seen it, but not much. Just it wasn't something I was expecting. I don't judge you. I would never judge you. I love you so much. You judge me all the time.
I do.
Oh. Yeah,
Is the process at which your brain works.
Here we go. If you had to pick one word, a single word to describe this year so far, what would it be? Can mine technically be 2 words, but it means one thing?
Expensive.
Roller coaster.
Why?
It's been a weird year. Like,
Mhm.
now I have to pay back my loans. That kicked into play. At the beginning of the year, I was still living with my parents. And then I met you, and now I'm living with you, and that's a roller coaster in itself. I'm just kidding. I love you.
Yeah, sure.
No, but like just all the highs and lows of a year. But I feel like this year's been the most because it's like that, like second year, 2021, 20, yeah, like first full year out of college, and like still learning the real world, kind of. So it's been like a challenge to figure out how everything works and how it goes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just been a wild ride. I feel like there's definitely been more hills than valleys, but
I would hope so.
what's yours? What was yours again?
Expensive?
Because of the house.
Oh, I mean, not
Because
really
I don't know.
like
The
that,
house
but-
was last year.
Oh, I bought it last October. I didn't have it very long. Like
It was still last year.
okay, whatever. Anyway, no, I just feel like just the cost of like grocery, like just
Oh,
everything.
it's stupid that me and you are going to the grocery and spending $379. It's outrageous.
Ridiculous.
Even the guy behind us was like, $379. It's just doesn't. It's not. Something's got to give eventually, and hopefully, actually, this
It's not
week,
sustainable.
some things might be changing here in the near future because after election week, so it might be changing, and we might hopefully maybe not. Things may not get worse, but they may they may not get better. There's always the possibility of getting worse at this point, but may not get better, but there is the opportunity to sustain and at least stay consistent. So like you can at least, because right now, like with the price of fuel and everything just going up day after day, it's making it hard to live. Like you can't. It's making it hard for people
sustainable
to
long term.
have a rainy day fund. They're getting into the rainy day fund because of the fact that, and it's not like they're living outside their means. It's just
But it's not like we're really getting raised,
no. And we're like, I'm pretty sure we got a raise because of the fact that he was like, you need it to survive right now. Like in all honesty,
And that is, great for you, but not everyone.
not everybody can get that. Yeah. What do you think is your most creative ability? One that you do
None.
not feature enough.
I have none.
You do have some. What is your most creative ability, Sierra?
None.
You have them. You do not understand how good you can draw.
Eh,
Meh. I'm gonna post them on the
No,
Roughnecks podcast
you will
Instagram.
not.
And just so let
No.
everyone see
You will
that
not.
Sierra is one hell of an artist. If you guys have seen my, I mean, there's things all around the house that you've made.
Like what?
The coffee thing.
I barely did it. My dad, like, it was a project I gave my dad when he first got home from the hospital.
You knew how to do it all.
I stained it. I purchased everything. I stained it, hand painted the letters, and then you put the hooks on.
The wood burning downstairs.
Oh, that was nothing. Doesn't even look that good.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's so sweet.
You're so biased.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I am
You're
not.
biased.
No.
Yep.
No.
What is yours?
I wouldn't say it'd have to do with like the podcast stuff, being able to edit and do all of basically do this whole podcast pretty much by myself.
What do you think you have one outside of this?
The patios and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say like your like gardening, like your
Mulching, flower beds, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like just landscaping per
Mhm.
se. Well, that's because of years of experience.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one. Oh, here, this one will be fun. Without saying the category, what are your top 5? We'll give each other a second to think, unless you already got one.
got a couple lists. Got 2 lists.
I have nothing that you won't guess right off the bat.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't say with the guess in there. Go for it.
I'm still thinking.
Wedges, curly, mashed, baked, and hashed. I don't know. That's all.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
So wait, wedges are your number 1?
This is top 5. It doesn't.
You didn't put them in order?
No.
No, you gotta put them in order.
This is top 5. It does not say to put in order.
Bush, Bud Light, Voodoo.
Is this the one you said I was not going to guess?
No, I
Okay.
couldn't think of anything that you wouldn't guess, so I just went with the one that. Bush, Bud Light, Voodoo. Fuck. What else do I drink? Sam Adams,
Michelob sometimes.
Mick Ultra. But that's technically, I think it's Bush. Of course, so is Bud Light. They're all made by the same company, but different type of beer. Oh, well. All right, we'll go 2 more questions. If you could assign one household chore to someone else, what would it be? I think I know what it is.
What?
Dishes.
Yes.
Your most wonderful
Yeah.
thing that you love to do. Mine would be cleaning the litter box.
That.
No, you do not. We both do. Do not even sit here on my
Okay.
own podcast and sit today.
Well, don't act like I never. Like you're the only one who does it.
Don't act like you're the only one who does dishes.
Last question.
If it's raining outside, what activity do you want to do the most?
Sleep. Raining is the perfect, like, lay down, snuggle up in a blanket, watch a movie.
That's what
take
it
a
is. That's what
nap.
I was thinking of, is watch a movie or read a book. Mainly watch a movie.
Watch a movie, nap. Like, that is the perfect
Oh,
rainy day
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
activity.
Yep.
hmm
Not because mine was
Absolutely.
watch a movie. So
Well, a lot of our when we first started hanging out was when
that was snow. But
snow, but still,
same,
like,
same.
so
It's all
weather, we literally
precipitation.
just movie after movie after movie,
We watched a lot of movies.
ordering pizza, like food. If it was upwards, weren't,
No, that's when we ordered.
we were not, we did not, no, not like so horrible that someone was going to kill themselves trying to bring us our pizza or something. But
First off, if you're door dashing in a winter storm, 1, you're probably about to make hella tips. 2, you might lose your car. But yeah, that's it. That's a wrap on episode 130 of the Roughnecks podcast. Thanks, Sierra, for coming on again.
Welcome. Hopefully you don't have too much editing. Probably.
I don't usually have too much editing. I just leave it all in there.
You just don't do it. You should, but don't.
But that's a wrap on episode 130 of the Roughnecks podcast. This is Q&A Friday number 7. So don't forget, if you want your question, it'll be more fun with your question. So if you want your question answered on the Roughnecks podcast, email it over to roughneckspodcast@gmail.com, and it will be answered on either the next Q&A Friday or the Friday after. So send in your questions and be on the lookout for the next Q&A Friday. But until Monday, you guys know the deal. Life is hard and is going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let the bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out.
Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Roughnecks podcast. If you like today's episode, then be sure to subscribe, rate, and review, and share it with a friend if you got some value from it. Head over to social media and follow the Roughnecks podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Don't forget to get you some of that merch by heading over to roughneckspodcast.com and subscribe to the newsletter while you're there. See y'all next week. Roughnecks, out.